Hey ManCavians, this is Bob from DaBob's N-Scale ManCave, and we're doing a review of this N-Scale T1 Duplex steam locomotive from Broadway Limited. This model has a lot of features, and I'm going to be showing you the details, the sounds, the motor control, and of course the pulling power. So sit back, grab some popcorn and your favorite drink, and watch me review this locomotive just for you. This model was brought to you by JLW 2000. You can find a link to his channel down below. Thanks, James. I really appreciate it. Okay, weighing this locomotive with the track weighs 6.7 ounces. and 189 grams. I do know that the track weighs 0.5 ounces, so this thing weighs 6.2 ounces. Fairly good weight for a steam locomotive. You can purchase these for MSRP of $399.99, but there's no way I'm going to pay that kind of money for this locomotive, because you can get these for $295 at your local retailers and online stores like Model Train Stuff or Train World. This T1 represents the 50 production models that were used in the 1950s. It is a 4-4-4-4 configuration with a rigid frame and a second pair of cylinders dividing the drivers, making it a duplex locomotive. Paragon 3 sound and operation in both DCC and DC, die-cast body and chassis for max tractive effort, Microtrain's 10-15 couplers, separately applied handrails, ladders, whistle, and bell, and it operates on code 55 and above track with a minimum radius of 9.75. Though it will look better on a 15-inch and above. 9.75 is a little small. The paint is not black, but it is a very deep, dark green. It really looks good. Sound features include 16-bit sample rate for high-frequency sound clarity, 3 different whistle patterns, and an alternate horn. The Johnson bar sounds when changing directions. You have talking sounds and other environmental sounds like a freight yard or a farm or radio calls. A demo mode can also be programmed using your CV configurations, along with volume settings for many sounds. The chuff sound intensity varies with the load you are pulling. Let's look at the close-up details of the T1, starting with the front. It looks sleek and streamlined. Has a headlight right up here, a PRR number board, number 5506, some grab irons right along the front here, some side steps on either side, the Microtrain's pilot coupler over here, number 2015 if you want to replace it, and of course some MU hoses down there at the bottom. Wow, the details they put on this loco will make a rivet counter cry. The bell is brass, the piping and handrails look correct, the walkway is rough but not see-through, the detail of the wheels, drivers, and cylinders look awesome. There is a lighted number board on the side along with a T1 emblem. The piping and rivet detail on the firebox is amazing. The placard on the side looks like it could be read, but it's too small to be legible under 20 times magnification. Now the left side here looks very similar, but with some slightly different details. There's no bell obviously, and the piping looks a little bit different, and so does the firebox. The top has a low profile look to it, kind of a hidden flush smokestack, smooth coverings all over it, access hatches with grab irons, and it's also got brass poppet valves, and this whistle lays down to reduce drag. There is a detailed cab interior. You can see the firebox, door, and some valves and so forth. And the cab window does have some glass in it down there. There's glass, and these are open air windows, no glass in them. And you can see inside the tender there, it also has some detail where all the coal comes out. There's some doors in there and so forth. So they went the extra mile and really detailed the interiors where you really can't see them when they're running on the layout. The tender has a low profile sides that partially cover the wheels to reduce that air drag when you're going fast. On the side there is a PRR logo, and of course the Pennsylvania name for the road name of the railroad is on the side of the tender. I do notice that there's some paint splatter on the side from painting the yellow stripes on, and some lint of course, but it's really hard to see with the naked eye. The water portion of this tender is definitely different. It has a pump and some pipe systems up on top, and some hatches for maintenance and filling up with water. The coal load looks all full and evenly spaced across there. This tender really stands out as something unique. On the back you have a ladder separately applied. You have the tail light, which is right here, a Microtrains coupler. You also have some airlines hood right here, and some labels on the back which you cannot read with full magnification. I tried looking at these with 20 times magnifier, and it's just scribbles. So, but it looks like you could read it. It's just you can't. Also have some grab irons on the sides here for climbing up on the ladder to get onto the back of the tender. Looks really nice. Okay, let's start with starting up the locomotive by pressing F9. And just starting up the locomotive, it automatically turns on the headlight. Let's take a look at the headlight startup sequence. Okay, let's turn on the headlight. And it's a soft, warm LED kind of color when it's just sitting here in idle. If you put it in forward, it's going to get brighter. When you stop, it goes dim. When you go in reverse, the light goes out. You stop, comes back on. Let's check the reverse light. Okay, on the back of the tender, the tail light goes out when you go forward, comes on when you stop. If you go in reverse, it gets brighter when it goes in reverse, gets dim when you stop. This is prototypical operation. When you press F7, it turns off the number boards. Okay, let's look at motor control. I'm on speed step settings for 126. So let's, actually 128 speed steps. Let's go forward with number 1. Number 2, number 3, 4, 5, and stop. In reverse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And stop. Let's check and see how it stops using some momentum when you're at speed. Coming in at 50 speed steps. And there we go. Get down to about 10 speed steps, hit the last 10, and it slows down a sort of a coast. So let's go through a few of these sound features. We'll start off with F0, the lights, which we already did. F1, the bell. And after you turn it off, it still kind of drags on a little bit with some bell. The whistle. That was F2. F3 coupler sounds only happens when you're moving. F4 is an air pump. If you press F5, you get a blowdown. That also is when moving, you get a chuff intensity. And F6 would reduce the chuff intensity. If you press F6, you get a water fill. And you turn it off. You're closing the valve. F7 was the accessory light. F8 is your mute and your volume control. So pressing once, you'll mute it. Press it again, turns it on. Here's a neat feature. If you double press the 8, you'll get lower volume. Keep pressing F8 and it just lowers one level at a time. I think there's about 6 levels. And you get down to the lowest level, you keep doing it, it raises it back up again. When you hear the coupler clank, it means you're at maximum volume. And there's a whole host of other things like brake set or release. You get a grade crossing horn is F13. F22 is a toggle to second horn. So that's a different horn than the whistle that you heard earlier. F25 is a long horn. Let's turn that on. So that was cutting out a little bit. The CVs can be programmed to do a demo mode for show and tell kind of stuff. And so let's say you're at a trade show or something like that and you have it and you'll just sit there and run and do some sounds in a certain order. But I'm not going to go through all those sounds. I'm just going to leave that up to your exploration when you get one of these to use. You know what? I think it's time for a ManCavian pull test to see what this can pull up a 2% grade. Okay, we're going to do this pull test up my Helix. Got a bunch of passenger cars behind here. And we're just going to start going out of the yard. Up to 30 speed steps. And speed it up to 50. It's pulling this up pretty well. It does have traction bands on the tires. And it does come with a spare set of traction bands, traction tires. If you ever lose one, you need to replace it. 70, 80. 100. This is a max speed of 126. And it's pulling these cars with ease. Okay, it seemed like you could pull up 12 of these cars pretty easily. So we're going to put an extra 9 on here. Okay, now I've added in 4 of these Kato versions of the Amtrak Superliner. Got 4 more added to that. So I got a total of 25 cars behind this Broadway Limited T1. Let's see how it goes. The 60 speed steps. We have the full weight of this train inside the helix. 2% grade. I'm on 60 speed steps. I'm 20 speed steps. 10 speed steps. This thing is a monster. It pulls just about everything that I have in passenger cars. I do have one more set of the Olympic Hiawatha set, but you know, I think this is pretty much past my pull test with flying colors. I'm really somewhat surprised that it didn't slip all the way around. Now probably over time it probably will wear out a little bit on the traction tires, but just don't put a lot of weight on there. Don't put like 100 cars on there. I don't think that would pull it. But this is awesome. Well, ManCavians, that's been my review of this T1 duplex steam locomotive. And this T1 is awesome. I am pleasantly surprised by this because some of my other locomotives I got from BLI had DCC and cosmetic issues, but not this one. This one was almost flawless. The price is a little high, $295 at your local retailers. MSRP was $399.99, but it's still a great locomotive and it'll be a great addition to your livery of steam locomotives in your roundhouse. This has a lot of accurate detail and sound operation, and it might just pull a nail out of the wall with its pulling power. Just a couple issues with this. There was some paint splatter on the tender, and the alternate whistle would cut off the sound and shut down the locomotive, and that could have been part by having too many locos on my layout all drawing power. So keep that in mind. That may happen to you too. Overall, this loco gets a touchdown. Not a perfect touchdown, but still a touchdown in my book. Awesome locomotive. If you want to get one, make sure you get one soon because they could be all gone, and you'll be very happy with it, I'm sure. I know I will be. Till next time, guys. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Check out these videos over here. Also click on the links down below to follow me on social media. And leave a comment. Tell me what you liked. And as always, ManCavians, happy model railroading and stay off those tracks. Bye.